Moonbase 1, 1 minute to lift off and counting.
This is traffic controller to Moonbase 1. All personnel must remain clear of the Santoni Italia launch area until launch complete. Will you please clear all traffic immediately? I repeat, will you please clear all traffic immediately? This is traffic controller to Moonbase 1. All personnel must remain clear of the Santoni Italia launch area until launch complete.
Traces of the prohibited substance, hallucinogen HC46, was discovered in the locker of Angelo Pordenne, a safety controller with the Santoni Italia company. When charged, Pordenne simply said he'd brought it back from his last leave and had forgotten all about the drugs. The case has been referred to the European Centralised Police Force, and Pordenne has been returned to his country of origin for trial.
1. Ignition. We have liftoff. Christ! We're losing it! Abort! Abort! Abort!
It's a radiation leak.
It's a red alert, sir.
I know that, Inspector. Let's get suited up, shall we?
Yes, sir. What's up with him?
Code red, code red.
Check procedure.
Section 6, assemble!
There's been a report on the Santoni Italia launch pad. Where's David? Not seen him. He's on the base. Knew about the alert? Oh, yeah, he knew all right.
Section 8!
There's been a communications blackout.
But I'm sure David took adequate precautions for his own safety.
All clear. All clear. All clear.
So? What happened? I was with Kravenko when it started. They aborted a nuclear waste dumper. Yes, that's right. Base control panicked. Good reason. If those waste rods are cracked, started pouring out that radiation. David, you're right.
Yeah. Why shouldn't I be?
The alert's over, sir.
Look, I know that, Inspector. Anything on the cause?
Oh, not yet. Kravenko wants us to take a look at the whole Santoni Italia setup. Now, he says there's been a whisper going around. Anyone? No.
What about it?
Who knows? Drugs, germs, nothing specific. Why didn't you tell us about this before?
Screen
I reckon we ought to investigate where these whispers of his start from.
Yeah, it's for you.
Maybe we should. Yes, hello.
Commander Spring?
Yes?
We haven't met. I'm your new personnel officer.
Yeah. Hello. How's our pension fund?
Safe. Our computer has been trying to communicate with your office computer for the past hour without success.
I'm sorry, you must have caught us on a tea break. We've had a communications blackout. What is it you want?
You have been on the moon for an excess period of duty. You must take leave.
Listen, personnel, we've just had a very serious radiation alert out here.
Medical personnel monitoring requires you to return to Earth, as it does all employees on Moonbase periodically. You can be ordered, relieved of duty.
Oh, forced to enjoy myself, eh?
Just to remove your body from space for a period of 7 days will be quite sufficient.
Well, when...
How you spend those days is, of course, up to you, Commander.
Yes. When does this removal take place?
Immediately. Screen off.
Send us a postcard.
Our own inquiry into the dumper crash has only just begun. My assistant is in the waste storage chamber. He will show you around. As you can imagine, I have much to do.
Do you receive a lot of nuclear waste, Mr. Santonini?
We at Santoni Italia are only responsible for some of Europe's waste. It is deposited here on Moonbase before being sent on its way.
On its way where?
Away from Earth and Moon, amongst the stars. Now, if you will permit.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Santonini.
Colin, do you, know where this nuclear waste is stored?
Well, we can find it.
No, listen, you go, huh? I've got some reports to make.
Directions to the waste dump, sir?
Just follow the warning signs.
Thanks a bunch.
Always reports, you policemen.
Always crime. Like one of your guys hiding drugs, wasn't it?
Pordenne has been sent to Earth for punishment.
Yeah, well, let's just say sent to Earth.
Well, Box. Yes, Nathan. We're on our holes. Where do you fancy going? Do you fancy visiting your birthplace? Recondite Components factory in Guildford sadly no longer exists. It was closed in 2025. Yes, yes, all right, shut up. Holiday venues. Give me some alternatives. You had intended to visit Southern Europe during this present year. Yes, I'd forgotten. With Miss Jones, now deceased. I wish you'd erased that. Miss Lee Jones? The deceased. But she is. That is a fact. Yes. Holidays, Nathan? Forget it. I'll come back to you when we land. Very well.
Just leaving the last faint gravitational pull of the moon and traveling through the gravitational equalization zone known as L05.
Would you mind? Should I join you in here, huh? Oh,
please do.
Oh, I am in with a man, huh? Oh, what sort? Huh? You know, he, huh? Yes.
You're in with the lustful male, that's it.
See, yes. That is what he did.
Oh, really? International approach, eh?
Yes, I do not like it.
Or from him or from anybody?
I do not like it from him. Thank you very much.
Well, perhaps he meant it as a compliment.
It's one I do not wish to receive.
Well, you're perfectly safe here. Just make yourself at home.
Oh, thank you very much.
Passengers on the left-hand side of the shuttlecraft can obtain a fine view of the planet Earth hanging there.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, yeah? Oh, dear, silly. Oh. Look, Lina, I am named.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Spring, Nathan Spring, I am named.
Thank you.
Well, where are you heading, Lina?
Huh? I don't understand, sorry.
Where are you going? What's your destination?
Oh, I am going near Ravenna, northern Italy, you know, my home.
Oh. You work on Moonbase?
Yes, I work on Moonbase. But they say too much, you know, go home for a bit of leave,
that's
so...
the same for me, that's what they said.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Whereabouts do you live in northern Italy, then?
I live in a little island village between Ravenna and Venezia. Oh, that's sorry.
Venice.
Oh, you know about Venice?
Yes, I do. It's very sad. I always meant to visit there.
Now there's only water. Everywhere you look, there's water, huh? It was, as you say, tragedy.
Mind you, I'm used to looking at vast expanses of nothingness, mind you. Same as you, eh?
Yes.
But this week, I'm on my holiday. I want something completely different. Do you know that I have never been to Italy?
You've never been to Italy?
Never been to Italy.
Oh, you must go.
Well,
Oh, you know, it's so pretty, you know. It's my home country.
Yes.
I mean, even without Venice, you know, Italy's still very splendid. Florence and Napoli and Siena, and you must see Roma.
Rome, yeah,
Hey,
Rome,
for
yes.
you, Roma. Yes, and St. Peter's and the Pantheon and
What's
the
the name
Vatican.
of the fountain?
Oh, La Fontana di Trevi. Oh,
Yes.
yes. And the catacombs.
Catacombs,
Oh,
yes. I like that.
Down there, you need to find someone to hold your hand, yes? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I can see that you're not a man who needs that.
Aren't I?
Oh, it is a pity. You know, I'm expected home today. Hey! But I could meet you at the catacombs in a few days' time. I forget. Would that be acceptable?
Lina, that would be very, very acceptable.
Oh, good.
You could turn this holiday into a real holiday.
You know, the Itais are playing funny games with me.
The director says, yes, Davis, go see everything you want. But everywhere's closed, too dangerous. Vietato, it is forbidden. You know the Italians. They say no like it's a last judgment without any hope of appeal. I reckon a protest is in order, perhaps to Comrade Kravenko.
Well, Nathan left Theroux in charge.
Yeah, but you've seen him?
I know what you mean.
What is it with that bloke? Whenever I need his support, he's somewhere else.
He's allowing you initiative, Colin?
No, it's not that.
I don't know, maybe he doesn't like Italian.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Ox, get me out of here.
You have an appointment at the Catacomb of Domitilla the day after tomorrow.
Can't stand 2 more days at this rate.
I have no contact point for Miss Lina Margello.
Oh, I know. Well, contact Moonbase. Get her address from personnel files. Get hold of her, will you? Just gonna take a rain check.
There's no trace of anyone with that name. Hope you haven't trusted her with your holiday mover.
She was an engineer. She worked for, they got a mining concession for taking mineral samples of the moon.
Sunzek.
Sunzek, yes.
Yeah, I know who Sunzek are, mate. Look, I've checked the whole personnel print-up of every femme fatale working anywhere on Moonbase.
I was supposed to meet her the day after tomorrow. I just wanted to call it off, move on.
Not feeling up to it, eh?
How's everything?
Fine.
Well, is that it?
Yeah. Enjoy your holds. Screen off.
Really profitable, isn't
I've done that once already.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this way, please, for the English-speaking tour. Follow me, if you will. Here you find yourselves in the War Tower. In the early centuries AD, the individual burial grounds still bear the names of the owners of the property in which they lie. Domitilla, Priscilla, Maximus, Octavilla, and so on. With the passing of time, nearly all of these temples became the property of
You asked us to investigate that aborted launch 2 days ago. I have talked to those people until I am blue in the face and they still won't commit themselves to anything.
Yes, and they cannot force the Santonia Italia director to give you access if they say the launch and storage area might be hazardous to your health. Now, Director Santonini says the launch is being remounted by computer graphic reconstruction taken from their instrumentation data. The replay of the launch will show what happened. Then we examine their findings.
Yeah, but would that constitute enough of an investigation?
Perhaps, but I'm not the policeman.
and the cult of the emperor as a best they could. With the empire at the height of his glory, unified and confident, the Christians posed no threat. But by the second half of the 3rd century, those who disengaged were deeply suspicious. Come, like in the ships, follow me, don't be far behind. Then escaping into these submarine worlds, with exchange, towers, and galleries of graves. Come. Consort in 1895, and to keep the pleasure of the imperial family. No, come this way, I'm back and forth. Don't be but true, friend, all I say. And it died.
Va bene, grazie. I'll think of something to tell them. Screen on. I must see you.
Well?
In person, you understand?
I thought we decided to leave it be for the time being.
Marla, you must help me.
I'll be at the recreation section 1 hour's time. Screen off.
Look, Inspector, I have checked with our computer in Geneva, and they tell me that you are the local expert in these matters. But when I ask you who you think it might be who'd want to kill me, you just say, I don't know.
Well, little point in spoiling your holiday any further, Commander. We know who the dead man was. Angelo Pordenne.
Yes, I know. We busted him just recently. What we didn't know was that the man was an assassin.
Yes, a man who killed to order. Often don't leave records with us. The traces in the syringe show a chemical compound. Myocardial stimulant of such high intensity, your heart would have ruptured. This girl Lina was used to tempt you to the catacombs.
And I thought she was just after my body.
Sorry?
Forget it.
Look, Commander, we are provincial. I do not fly in space. I live here. I will continue my investigations with great diligence. But in Italy, there is a strong tradition amongst criminals. Silenzio.
Well, do let me know when it breaks, won't you?
You're leaving, Commander?
Yes.
Well, can I live somewhere?
No, it's all right. Sorry,
Well,
bad bend it, bad bend it.
You go.
I don't know. I'm not sure, all right?
Folks, get me out of this bloody place.
There is a 2-day package to Peru.
Fine. How much?
917.
Day to day?
13.7.
Check my bank account.
Credit 105,000.
I said my bank account box, not the European Police Commissioner's.
That is your statement. 105,000 euro dollars in credit.
I never had that much money in my life.
You have now, Nathan.
Ciao, Marla.
Let's sit.
So public.
Better than on an open communication sector. Anyway, man-woman contact hasn't been forbidden on Moonbase.
Not yet.
Angelo Pordenne.
Still bear the names of the owners of
This girl Lina was used to tempt you to the country. Commander Spring.
There's water.
Commander Spring.
Commander, are you all right? Commander. I brought photographs of girls for you to identify Lina from, maybe. You don't look at all well. Not yourself at all. Have you taken something you shouldn't have, Commander? No? This yours, Commander?
Get out. Get out.
As you wish, Commander.
Get out.
A pool of darkness opened at my feet, was far, far deeper than the blackest night.
Farewell, my lovely. Farewell, my lovely.
You must resume that delivery. That will satisfy the bosses down there.
It isn't possible until Krivenko decides there's no chance of another space dumper crash.
I can't wait for that.
You will have to, Marla. One blunder cannot be followed by another.
Your screw-up, Carlo, not mine.
It won't be long before we can resume flights. The police have found nothing apart from Angelo Pordenone.
Will he talk?
Not anymore. He had a slight accident in Roma. Now, you must help me. I need some of your company explosive wrapping material. Just enough to show as evidence that will blow the Star Cops even further off course.
Then we can start things moving again. I've orders.
So have I. Don't worry. Soon it'll be all right. Flights resumed. Profits made will silence the people in Palermo. We'll be back in favor.
Or like Angelo.
That will only happen if we fail the Don. I must go. There is much to do now.
G'day.
Hi.
Pal Kenzie.
Marla Condorini. We're from the same patch of ground. Sydney, right?
Yep. I wonder why we never cross paths.
I'm always halfway down a mine, exploring the underside of some god-awful piece of stony ground. I saw you on the newscast. You're famous.
Only for a while.
Still a Star Cop?
Yeah.
Well, if you fancy a change of scene, I'm at the Sunzek unit. Come over anytime.
Might just do that, Marla.
Good. Let's go.
Ciao.
Nathan, the Transcenter flight has 3 seats available. 2 first class, 1 cabin. The Andy Sheraton has vacancies in the Titicaca suite.
Forget it.
Nathan, you instructed.
The holiday's over. We're going back to work.
Personnel said 7 days leave minimum. We have only enjoyed 4.
Go to hell, Fox.
Is that reachable by Strato Transcenter flight?
Jokes now.
No, that is not possible.
Just get me on that shuttle.
To hell?
Why won't you press down on the Italians? They're laughing at us.
Colin,
everywhere we want to go, they say no.
Santonia Italia won't even let us in there, for Christ's sake.
Why? Because of what they've done in space?
No, because it's dangerous to your health.
No, I'm not scared of nuclear
You're
waste.
an idiot, then.
Don't you call me an idiot.
Look, I'm the boss here. I'm in charge, so you
and
get
you're not
off of
doing
my
it.
back.
What the hell is going on here? We're getting nowhere because he wasn't the officer left in charge.
Commander, we can't just force our way into a nuclear waste
Only because the
storage chamber.
Italians
We
won't
are
let
not
us.
radiation
There's more
workers.
going on in the
It's a
launch of
closed
force than
world
it's gonna
and a
be on
dangerous
top.
one. There is no concrete evidence.
I think there is.
Right, and I'll find it.
You find your way to a communicator. You get me an interview with Kravenko right now, Colin.
Haven't you got things to do?
What are you running here?
Oh, well, it's great to have you back.
Hey, what are you doing back here so early?
Ah, good holiday.
No, not really. More of a working trip, the way it turned out.
You should rest, Commander. All this crime you say exists in space. Your job must be taxing.
But don't worry, I'm a survivor. I want your authorization to enter his work area.
You won't need it.
I was told I can investigate anyone and any time.
We have nothing to hide, Commander.
Then why are you blocking my men?
We think we know what happened to the launch.
What do you believe that could be?
Plastic burnt. Is this a sunset symbol? It's explosive wrapping. What's it from, a bomb?
Not bad.
That was found in the wreckage on the launch pad, perhaps planted to damage guidance systems when the dumper was due for launch.
Sabotage, Commander. A real case for you to solve. More required than searching workers' lockers. Find out who would want to destroy my company and its reputation for safety. That would justify your existence.
You said you saw Santonini and Marla Condrini together. What was that for, an assignation?
What?
Might they be lovers?
Oh, sure, they might.
Well, it happens to the strangest people.
Well, it's the moonlight, you know? Oh, no, not those two. You can trust your Auntie Pal. She knows about such things.
Why have you brought this to me?
Why, you're Sunzek mining head.
Yes. Well, it looks like part of a blasting pack. So, where did you get it? The Tranquility blasting site?
No. I'm told the Santonia Italia launch pad.
Oh, that's impossible. Explosive charges would never be allowed there.
Well, the director says they were.
He thinks that sabotage caused the failure of their last launch. Well, naturally, he'd look to Sunsec as a source of the explosives, given such an obvious clue.
You crazy? Do you know what those dumper things carry? We all work on Moonbase. Why should anyone risk contamination? It doesn't make sense.
No. Still, I'll have to talk to your people. Check work rotas, staff movements, explosive stores, security, that sort of thing.
I'll arrange access for you.
Thank you very much. Listen, why don't you go with Miss Condrini? I'll have a stumble round by myself.
No worries there. Jackie, you'll need a guide. Some of our testing labs are security rated. This way, Kenzie. I'll show you the exit check procedure.
We believe the device was planted in the guidance and control computer systems, linked through the inertia guidance platforms, and timed to coincide with the launch.
But that presupposes an inside knowledge of space dumper technology. Who would possess that?
Myself?
All right, then why wasn't the information given to us before, Mr. Santonini?
It is only now available.
Who else would possess that kind of expertise?
My engineers, all of whom are entirely trustworthy. Oh, and the man you Star Cops sent to Earth.
What, Angelo Pordenne?
Oh, yeah.
Prohibited substances concealed by him, found by us?
An unfortunate discovery for him.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have had time to set up this sabotage, would he?
How much time do you need?
Was he upset, vindictive?
Angelo begged for me to intercede for him. Now, what could I do? You are the power, the law here now. The old free days are no more. Then I could have helped him. Now, I said I could do nothing.
And how did he take that?
Revenge is a tradition still with us. Angelo was not British. He was Sicilian. He had emotion, rage.
You use the past tense.
Well, of course. He's dead. Murdered. Didn't you policemen know?
You know, we weren't shown everything back there.
Yep. I was just shown rotors, security stalls, and heaps of moon rock.
I was guided past one laboratory quite smoothly.
Did you know she offered me a job with Sunzek back there?
What else?
Security, protection. You know, police work. And maybe I should take it.
Screen on.
Nathan, Pordenne, the guy we arrested with drugs in his locker, I've just heard he's dead.
Who told you that?
Santonini.
Yes?
Well, it looks like Pordenne, Nathan. I mean, he must have set the device that caused the dumper launch failure. That's the way it looks.
Does it?
Yeah, he had the motive. The director wouldn't help him out of a jam when we nabbed him, and being shipped back to Earth would close off his career in space for good. And if he was mafia-controlled, that would explain why he was killed.
Maybe. Career? You said career. Career in what?
Rocketry guidance systems engineering.
But he was an engineer. Well, what the hell was he doing mucking around with explosives? Well, why didn't he alter a coordinator to him? I mean, who would have known? Certainly not Santonini. He's not an engineer or a scientist. He's a controller, a manager.
Look, I saw the graphics on the computer, Nathan, and you found the remains of the Sunzek explosive case.
I didn't find it, I was given it. And you were shown what you were shown.
Well, at least I bothered to take a look.
Maybe you saw what you wanted to see. Look again.
Screen off.
What the hell's the matter with that guy?
What's the matter with him? What's the matter with you, mate?
File Gasper Condorini.
I need explanations, Nathan. The Italian police are preparing charges accusing you of killing Pordenne.
Look, Alex, I have not got any explanations. They're saying I'm a hitman. What possible motive could I have for killing him?
Pordenne says you are taking payoffs up here to allow him to transport prohibited substances between Earth and Moon. When he was caught, they say he went down to Rome, killed him to stop him talking.
I was sent to Earth. I didn't go there of my own accord. He tried to kill me.
There's an inspector of police who says he found a drug in your room. He saw you, obviously, under its influence.
Yes. Look, I was stupid enough to stick the tip of my tongue into heroin concentrate 46.
You're lucky to still have any senses left, Nathan.
Alex, I am being framed. There's money being paid into my account. Look, I'm out on a limb on this one. I don't know who I can trust, but I know I am being set up.
Why?
Well, it's got to have something to do with this dumper crash. Although what the connection between this and sending nuclear waste into space is, I just don't know.
The sabotage.
Not with glyco-ignite. I just don't believe it. There must be simpler ways.
So, what is the solution?
I haven't got a solution.
Pity, Nathan. I shall be sorry to lose you from Moonbase.
Alex, can you buy me time? I must have time.
The ESL will certainly suspend you. It's a question of necessity. The Italian papers are full of the scandal. I'm surprised you haven't yet been relieved of duty. I'm sorry, Nathan. It's out of my hands.
Mama, you mentioned a job to me. I'd like to come in and discuss it.
Great. Come on in.
Right. Screen off.
Okay, guys, just in case. This is Moon Rover 3. Time delay message to Starcop Communicator Channel 7. I'm now approaching the Sunset.
I got into the Aussie police computer. There's nothing criminal on Marla Condorini herself, but her dad apparently was a real crime lord. Got gunned down in the Sydney subway by order of a commission of crime bosses.
When was this?
1999.
When Marla was what?
6. Yeah, but it's not that. It's the link to today, to Santonini. They're all linked. They're all Italian. Santonini's father was married to a Condorini's sister. They're all family.
Family. You mean mafia?
Yeah. Well, they would help each other, wouldn't they? Blood being a greater density than water and all that.
How have they cooperated on this case?
Well, not fully, but nothing to protest about.
All right. Look, let's check back over everything that happened on the day of that launch. See if any of us have missed the obvious. Now, where's Kenzie?
Over at Sunzek.
Theroux?
Oh, hiding somewhere, probably. Buried in the administrative detail of avoiding action at any cost.
That's enough. Box. Check on the monitoring record of Moonbase Communications Control on the day of the launch, 10/7. Compare it with the 3 previous Fridays. Let me know if there's any variation in routine arrivals, departures, anything at all out of the ordinary.
Yes, Nathan.
And when you've done that, I want you to... Oh, David.
It appears that I've no option but to relieve you of command, sir.
What's that, Kane Mutiny? Fred McMurray?
I've just received instructions from European Space Liaison. that following your suspension from duty, I'm to take over control here. And you have to return to face an inquiry in Geneva.
For what?
Corruption, smuggling, and murder.
What's the point in collecting all these meteorites, eh?
They often contain valuable elements. Silicates, for example. Some we have yet to find a use for, but we will increasingly. There will be competition from rival companies out here. I'd like someone to keep our security secure.
Have you discovered anything on the moon that could be worth protecting?
Maybe. That's confidential. As a member of the team, you'd share in the proceeds. Sunsek's going to expand, believe me. There might be room for you as part of our future. Would you like to think about it?
Yeah, I reckon I would.
Oh, excuse me. I'll take it in my cubicle. 2 minutes. Give you a chance to consider.
Right.
I can't accept it.
What? That now I'm your boss?
No, not you. Nathan, it's a setup, it's gonna be.
Look, Colin, will you use your head? It's bound to be a mistake. It'll be cleared up by the inquiry.
I think I'm onto something. I've been working on a possible link between Santonini and Marla Condorini.
Back up. Now, I intend to name Angelo Pordenne as the saboteur of the
come on!
Italia property with a simple motive of revenge. It is as straightforward as that, Colin. So you prepare an official statement and process it. Please. Now, where's Kenzie?
Over at Sunsek, sir.
What's she doing there?
I don't know, sir.
Well, look, you contact her right away. And if she's not directly involved with collecting evidence of the theft of Sunsek explosives, you tell her to get her butt back over here, and I mean right away.
Where's Nathan?
Commander Spring is no longer part of this operation, or in charge of the Star Cops and Moon.
Yeah, I had noticed.
Look! I don't like this any more than you do, but I am insisting that you get on with your job. Or you may as well pack your bags and climb aboard that shuttle for Earth this afternoon with the commander.
I thought you were on the snoop.
Uranium, eh? It's a bit like striking oil back in the old days.
Quite a discovery.
But there's international restrictions. I mean, sale is prohibited.
If the Big Five find out about it.
Right.
But lots of smaller nations are only too delighted to have the option to buy samples of our discovery. Illegally, for profit.
You know, Marla, I think Sunsek could be the kind of company with a future for me.
You are bright. What a pity.
On the day of 10/7, the most significant factor was a communications blackout that caused a corresponding lack of data to process on the tape. With previous cross-reference for data, this could be due to a moonquake that was predicted.
Well,
That was the same day as the Santonio Italia launch, but that must be inverted in. What was the time of the launch?
Virtually the same.
A predicted moonquake?
Tidal forces exerted onto the moon by Earth can be predicted. Such an occurrence was due on the day of the space dumper crash, Nathan.
Well, could a moon tremor cause the launch to abort?
Yes.
An event which could have, should have been prevented. Box, you get me the exact time of that launch and the flight trajectory patterns.
36 and 23.6. Standard flight path. 16.6 and 10.7. A variation. 1 degree, 17 minutes.
All right. Where does that take us? Yeah, nowhere very much.
The deviant trajectory would bring dumper craft past disused space station S09.
I can't let you go in there, Commander.
I've got to examine that cargo load before it's due to be launched tomorrow.
Examine it. Examine it for what, Nathan? That stuff is lethal. There are easier ways to destroy yourself.
Well, like what happened to your father, you mean?
What you knew about that?
He died from a radiation leak from a nuclear booster.
I suppose that's on my file.
Yes.
Look, when that dumper crash happened last week, all I could think of was my poor, ravaged father. I watched the process of destruction that ended in his death, and I thought that what happened to him could happen to me. All I want to do is stay away from that stuff.
Look, I don't know what was in that dumper crash, but I don't believe it was nuclear waste. Now, I've got to go in there. Are you going to stop me? You come with me, David.
No. No pressure.
Oh, yes, there is.
You bitch! I wondered how you'd manage the heroics.
Your delay warning message came through. Come and save me, sport.
You bloody bitch! No worries, Marla. So you have been of some use today.
You took your chance, didn't you? I could have been locked in a passionate embrace somewhere.
No chance of that, Colin.
She's right, you are a bitch.
You screwed up on that launch, didn't you? You should have cancelled when that moonquake was predicted. You would have done had it been a straightforward flight to dump nuclear waste in space. But you didn't. I checked its trajectory. Disused space station S09. Well, what the hell do you have up there, then? Something to smuggle back? Whatever this stuff is. Back to Earth under protection of radiation warning symbols, is that it?
Not bad. Uranium ore makes plutonium. You're right, I shouldn't have launched on that day. When it went wrong, I had to cover my little mistake. And as I already had instructions to discredit you and the Star Cops, you were marked out to be killed in Italy. Drugs found in your room. Large sums of money found in your account. But you messed all that up by surviving. Up to now, that is. The next dumper to take waste will also carry your body. You will float among the stars undisturbed. We recommend that our cases be left unopened for 1,000,000 years. You understand?
Nathan, you're all right. Jesus, David. Your timing's a bit scary.
Well, I thought I'd better make the effort to get in here.
Ciao.
Ciao.
You have a success on your hands in keeping the mafia, or whatever it may call itself, out of space.
Wait a minute, what do you mean out of space? We haven't kept them out of space. We've kept them out of here, and just for now.
You must stop the mafia from poisoning space, as well as Earth.
Fine, Alex. You tell me how. Eh? How?
You can breathe out now.
And why is that?
Because the inquiry has been withdrawn. I am relieved of command.
Hey.
Oh, hey, I never doubted you, Commander.
Yes, thank you. Listen, who's the duty officer on 3A7 inbound?
I am.
Well, you're cutting it a bit fine, aren't you? Listen, Davis, what do you want?
I'm off shooting.
Wrong, you're on overtime. Listen,
great.
Those uranium retrieval craft, they must have had Earth docking coordinates. I want you to find them.
All right.
Go through the Sunseg, San Antonio Italia databanks.
Somehow.
Yes, I know. Look, give me everything you can. Take a couple of bodies if you need.
sweet.
Go right.
Commander.
Global policy meeting now.
Friend of yours. Ooh.
Yes?
Commander Spring. I have just learned you are not to be returned to Earth and that your suspension has been withdrawn.
Oh, good news travels slow.
Your leave quota therefore remains unfulfilled. You must complete your break from your present 1/6 gravitational environment.
Eh?
What do you mean?
Oh, duh, thanks, Bob.
Take that break, Commander. Down here, pronto. Screen off.
No, personnel, listen. Well, Chief Superintendent, it would appear you are the man again.
Well, where are you going to be, Commander, just in case we desperately need to call?
Who the hell cares?
Well, don't forget the postcard this time.
Damn it!
Haven't you two good people got something to do? Well, let's shift our butts. Now.